All Ball TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Oh, let me see if we can. I can test the audio on my side. One. Oh yeah, I see the green bars moving up and to the side. StreamYard got to give us a what's that called? Sponsorship deal soon. Gave me perspective. Knicks Rehab. Big day from our leader, our fearless leader, the Mighty Mouse himself. Jalen Brunson. Off-season splash starts off with a bunch of headlines. We'll get into that in a second. A couple things, couple topics I wanted to explore. Let you guys roll in the building, the live crew. Let you guys get your notifications. Huh? Juju, you want to wish everybody luck?
Yeah. I wish you guys luck.
Yeah, a little salute. Everyone keep rolling in the building. Keep rolling in the building. Like, comment, subscribe. They don't like comentario, suscribe. That's what the intro says. Don't tell All Ball what I'm saying when I'm saying they don't like comentario, subscribe. He doesn't understand it. Flea apparently lives in Houston. There's a lot of our people over there, so they translated it for him. Does All Ball have Google Translate? He's a bit of the elder statesman. Doesn't download every application. You know, it happens. Hey, baby, is there any coffee? I said, baby, cakes. Is there any coffee?
Yeah.
Is Fabian drinking coffee at 7:30 at night Eastern time? Of course he is. Knicks Rehab. Do I need caffeine rehab? Coffee might be the most serious. I say medication. You gotta get the kids around. It'll be floating around. You gotta use the right words. Serious medication there is out there. So let's get this thing started. Jalen Brunson reportedly securing a mega deal out here. I'll pull up the New York basketball Twitter account. Choom. All indications are Brunson's willing to sign a 4-year, $156 million contract extension, provided 5 more years of certainty in New York rather than waiting until next summer for a 5-year, $270 million extension. So obviously the headline is basically he's leaving $114 million on the table. And this is gonna be beyond commendable, right? I think we all, as Knicks fans, are. I don't sound as excited as I should, or as I was when I first heard the news, but man, I feel a lot of things when I saw the headline. You know, I appreciate it, but I also want him to get his money. And I'm just thinking like, yo, what are they up to over there? Leon Rose, his partner Worldwide West. We've always talked about how they've been around together for their whole life, basically, and their father just. Thank you. I got my. I'm bougie, baby. Cup. That's merch. I gotta put it in there to sell the merch too. Hold on a second. I heard the button. Oh yeah.
You heard the mother button?
Okay.
Button, baby. Let me in this spot. Fabian, what up? Big Flea here. Don't introduce me. I'm here. Let's rock.
We still gotta ask, are we live?
Big Flea, never the little one, y'all. Big one, never the little one. got some things to get off my chest today. I don't like how people been behaving today. Let's rock and roll.
Okay. See, when you're by yourself, you don't have the human interaction on here, and then all of a sudden, this guy just crash lands onto the screen, and like, oh man, I better step it up.
I'm here, man.
Yeah,
my brother. You know my
But
brother. I love you to death.
You did.
First order of business. I know you was in your bag. First order of business. I got to get off my chest real quick. Listen, I know everybody has a big sense of humor. I know everybody loves to laugh, right? Everybody loves to laugh. Y'all are not about to get me to go in depth with this, but I just need to say this and be done. Condemn domestic violence. That's it. Put a period at it and we move on. Condemn it. Can we please stop finding ways to have fun with this shit? Right now ain't the time to have fun. Cameron, condemn domestic violence and end the interview. Period. I didn't like it. And I'm going to be vocal on saying I didn't like it. This is Knicks Rehab. I get it. I didn't like it.
I don't mind going there. Two's not here to try to steer us any other direction. I always felt Cam was Cam. Like,
that's no excuse.
It's no excuse. I understand.
We gotta stop this shit, Fabian. We make shit racial when it's convenient for us. I'm gonna say it since nobody else wants to. We make shit racial when it is flat out convenient for us. Sorry, y'all. I know y'all come here for Knicks Rehab. I apologize.
So a couple minutes on that. I think. I mean, we could rewatch it, right? So you go ahead. Or do you not want me to pull it up?
Pull it up.
Okay.
Pull it up.
Cam, CNN.
Because everybody wants comic relief. Everybody wants a sense of humor right now. And if that was my daughter, if that was my wife, if that was my mother, if that was my grandmother, and we getting our rocks and shit off and having fun, like, nah, now ain't the time for that.
Okay, so this is Cameron's appearance on CNN, where apparently he was. They wanted to ask him about Puff and what he was going through and what he's going through and how he turned out to be like an even bigger scumbag than we ever could imagine. And Cam is on here to ask. They're gonna go ask him about that. I mean, I was shocked to see him on CNN. It looks like a parody, but this is him with the back and forth with. Her name is
Abby.
not her name. Abby, who's kind of fine out here. Anyway, this is what Cam and her going back and forth on CNN.
Thanks for being here. First, when you saw that video of Diddy, Cassie in that hotel,
and pause it if you want any time. We'll stop it, Flea.
Do you recognize?
I mean, first of all, let's pause it right here. Let's pause it right here. Let's not even go any further. Let's pause it right here.
Okay.
Underdog Fantasy sponsors. It is what it is. These brothers show up every single day. Majority, they show up every single day looking the way I look right now. If you see Mace shows up in the finest of suits every day. Cameron is showing up in the finest of suits every day. Black bucket, dark shades to talk to this sister. Keep going.
What I want to say, first of all, when I seen the video, everything in the video is egregious. I'm against. I don't support all the charges that's alleged against him. I don't support any of that trafficking, minors, domestic violence. I'm totally against it. So when I seen the video, yeah, I was kind of upset with it. Being that I know him, he's not necessarily a friend, but yeah, I was upset when I seen it. But
did you recognize him?
I just said.
Did you recognize that kind of anger at all from your experiences?
I don't know like that. What do you mean? Do I be recognized? Did I recognize him? I seen him. What do you mean my experiences? I seen him and I thought it was disgusting. I didn't do a zoom in to see if it was really him or nothing, but he admitted it was him. So yeah, it was him.
What did you think about the apology that he gave in that other video?
Ain't me for this. The apology ain't for me to decide. It's for Cassie. What I think about it don't matter. He ain't do nothing to me. Cassie need to ask Cassie if she accept the apology. I told you how I feel. I said what I said.
I want to play.
I just think at this point he's ignorant. Cameron.
I mean, here's my thing, bro. You get that call from your agent that says CNN would like them sit with you tonight. That's a smart brother. That's a smart brother. And what I mean by that is you a smart brother, so you have to anticipate what you're walking into. You have to anticipate what you're walking into. The climate, the times, all of that. Decline the interview or go up there and represent the podcast that you want to promote. Every day I'm an avid watcher, so this is not Cam hate. Is what it is, subscriber. I watch every day. I enjoy what they do. But my point is this right now, I'm not saying we should have a campaign out here, but every time any of us brothers are opening our mouths right now, we should be advocating for that young lady. I don't care. Like, we should be advocating for all young women that deal with that type of shit. I'm passionate about it, brother. I got a daughter that I'm raising as a single father right now. I will be damned if that type of shit is going on. I will be damned. So it struck a nerve, and it just struck a nerve because all I'm seeing today is laughing emojis. It's just making a mockery of something that is attached to a serious issue. I get that we laugh through a lot of stuff nowadays. Everything we do, we laugh through it. I got that. But excuse me to be the Debbie Downer today, yo. If that shit is bothering me, I don't like it. And this is not opinion based. I'm not looking to debate with anybody. I'm speaking on how I feel about something, and we can move right on.
Oh, well, I like to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Because I like the honest opinion about it. I just always felt Cam was always out of line. Like, even when he does his show, I always feel like that. Like, it's cool. Like, it is what it is. You sound like a dude from the block. I get the whole approach, but it's always over the line to me, even on his show. So I know to go there for the news when it's funny, whatever it is. I don't watch the whole show. I don't watch it every night. So when he went on the show, it was like, I think he knew, hey, Bill O'Reilly, 60 Minutes, he's done this before. He's in a new generation, a new decade doing the same thing. CNN, like, it looks like a parody. It doesn't look real.
But that's the problem with it though. Why can you represent yourself? Like, all the other stuff, people can have those conversations. I'm cool on those conversations. Don't let the media pitch you two black men against another black man. That if that's the angle that y'all are worried about being in defense of,
and that
you're
wasn't
worried about the wrong shit.
Yeah, but that wasn't even his angle either. It was almost like, because he's saying that they didn't tell him what he was on there for, but it's like, you're way too far in life to not know, what you're there for, what the most popular subject is. Like, and then she asked you about it. To me, it ain't that serious, Cam. You don't ask me. Like, you had an attitude with her about asking you. Like, nah. That's really what it is to me. Like, calm down, bro.
The sister already doesn't feel protected. Think about this. The sister is up there knowing that she has to deal with Cameron. So she's already walking into that with a level of apprehension and praying to God that this goes well. You don't think she saw the last Bill O'Reilly interview? You don't think she saw the last time he was on there? Like, so what type of responsibility do we have to each other?
I'm sorry. So that I didn't think about that.
What type of responsibility do we have to each other in that moment?
I'm thinking of it like she was got somebody on that is relevant and was associated with it. And they had that clip with Mace loaded up, which was perfect. She's right at the end of the day. Well, he did tell you this. He did basically say, yo, you ain't people are crazy in the comments. Mace wanted you to sign with Big because he knew what was there. That was so like awful to be a part of. He wanted to protect you so badly. And you're saying like, yo, Cam, you're supposed to hold her down, regardless of the fact, not because she's black, just because she what, Flea? Just because
I'm just saying, in that moment, right? In that moment, you see that sister up there, regardless of I don't want to sit with CNN, you got issues with CNN, whatever. Cut the cool shit for a minute, bro. You ain't gotta be extra cool in this moment. We know who you are. You're the coolest nigga out here. We know who you are. But in this moment, I thought you could have threw everybody off and said, sister, I got this. Hold on. You don't even need to ask me no questions. Let me address this real quick, and then we could get to it is what it is. But to show a level of annoyance, to show a level of like, why you asking me about that? Like the nerve. You're from that era. You're from the era. You're from the era.
yeah. That's the part to me that was weird. No matter how taken aback you were, because he still could have done everything else, and it would have been okay. But that to me was the like, I didn't understand that part. And then it was is that the part though when he drank the joint, he didn't take it seriously enough. The topic was already
It's towards
serious.
the end. I mean, to his credit too, like, you know, I'm a fair dude. To his credit, she was doing her job by continuing to press, right? She had the opportunity to segue into something completely different, but she was trying to get her soundbite. She was trying to get her piece, right? Trying to do her job. I'm saying in that situation, her and Cam have a responsibility to each other to make sure this conversation goes well. And sometimes we get in a position where we get selfish and worry about me. And I think the selfishness overcame. You could just keep it real, show some love and compassion for the issue and move on. That's my thing. Everybody want to be too cool with this shit.
I don't see that. To me is the part where I don't think people are being too cool. I just think anybody who was, because there were people who were still defending Puff after everything, right? Even after the lawsuit and everything. For me, once I saw the lawsuit and he bought it out or whatever, he paid her immediately. There was so much stuff that came out about it. I was like, oh, this is even worse than we thought about Puff. And then now with the video, it's even worse. Like, this is even uglier because now it's a video. Anybody who has any kind of defense for him is out of their mind.
We can't have conversation. We can't have a real conversation. If you're finding ways to defend, I had somebody tell me they don't feel sorry for Cassie. That's a person that is in my immediate circle. I am in the process right now of deciding whether I want to remove them from my immediate circle or not. I have a problem with you not understanding how none of this is like, we don't got to cut this no way. It's wrong. Flat out.
It's zero tolerance for that. But
zero.
I got it.
There's no debates. There's no conversation. There's no talking points, bro. There's no talking points.
Yeah, not talking about it. Like, there's no way to defend it. I'm always of the opinion that we've seen it with R. Kelly. We've seen it with all these every other Weinstein, whatever his name is. When you hot, they protect you. A lot of people are all of a sudden quiet that weren't quiet 20 years ago.
They weren't quiet 6 months ago. They weren't quiet 6 months ago.
But they're protecting him, bro. When they have an investment there, it's when there's millions of dollars on the line. This is what happens. They get away with this. So when it's in our face, though, and for Cam to just be like, yo, you know what? He's a scumbag. I want nothing to do with that. He did start off the video that way, but Yeah, Dana White's another guy. I mean, he could say it's a one-off, but he doesn't have a lawsuit. He doesn't have like there's not a trail. This is
Dana
remember,
White,
this is
Dana White slapped the shit out of his wife in a club on camera and was never, ever asked about it publicly. Not to my knowledge. And if I'm wrong, somebody correct me.
But no. Dana White went on in a conference. He confronted it immediately and was vocal about it, strong. I believe him. There's nothing before or after with Dana White's my point. There's no lawsuit. I don't think that they're protecting Dana White because that protection is natural when it's ESPN and Endeavor. Endeavor owns UFC now with WWE, and Endeavor is a major talent agency that runs a lot of people. Probably Stephen A. Smith is a part of Endeavor now on First Take. A lot of that talent is on there. So there's a lot of stuff that's involved with that. So yeah, he's protected in that way. He's probably, if you're going to compare it to Puff, he's in the middle of his prime of his career where they are going to protect him. This is in our face. It's happening. That's what it is. And a part of it to me is that's where the hypocrisy comes from. But to make statements like, I don't feel sorry for her, that's when you go, this is a teachable moment for you, my guy. I love you, but you cannot think like you could think that. And then once you tell it to me, I got to correct that for you. No, you cannot say that. You cannot think that. Just leave it alone.
Babe, we're in an era now where everybody has turned everything into a debate. Everybody has turned everything into conversation. And I just want to be clear that some things are not worthy of conversation. Some things are the old term black and white, not racially, guys, but some things are just, no pun intended, it is what it is. Like some things are just like that. And we got to stop putting those things, up for debate. The nerve of us to be debating domestic violence. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No. So again, y'all, I appreciate y'all for just giving me a moment to get that off. This is Knicks Rehab, and big word in the title is Rehab. So I appreciate my brother for giving me an opportunity just to talk about that. And if y'all just disagree with me, that's completely fine. We can agree to disagree, not see eye to eye on this. That is perfectly fine. But I thought we needed to speak about it for a second. Like I said just a while ago, I'm not alone. She has a mother, but I'm raising her singly by myself right now. This wonderful little girl. And I thought we had to speak on it. So appreciate you, bro.
And that's just a teaser into what we're going to be doing in the future. Also, I don't want to make it, that sounds crazy. In terms of we don't just talk basketball. Obviously, Flea comes on here, like the passion. You hear Flea talk about the Knicks about the same way. He disagrees with me the same way. So I like showing people that we're authentic too. Like, not to sound exploitative or whatever, but just to remain consistent and remind everyone, like, yo, we're humans and we disagree. I don't care, like you said, I don't care how cool Cam is. I don't care how much I like Cam. We disagree. But I've always disagreed with that. The 60-minute stuff, all that stuff to me wasn't funny. I would move from the serial killer next door, like they set you up. But what are you talking about? All that has always been egregious. He sounds like he's playing the character, and there is no on and off button with him. It feels like, So I don't think he cares. As long as he gets money, he'll be all right. I wanted to hear more from Mace though, and
apparently there's a documentary coming out where Mace will address whatever he got to address. He's got plenty of other things to address with his relationship with Puff. I don't care about that.
No. I wanted to hear more from Mace about this, like what he felt Cam's appearance, and they're probably okay about it because they didn't speak on it. But I would rather, like, they provide a balance, and Mace is, he's a slower talker, and I like when they go back and forth. But you need some of this. Like Flea is. If there's something I disagree with Flea with right now, is nothing. I can't possibly disagree with Flea about this. I just can't. All I could say is decorate around what he's saying. Like, bro, this is reality too. Like, we have friends that may disagree with it. There are people in the comments saying some wild stuff right now. I'm not going to show that because I don't agree with that. That's not funny. Mm-hmm. It's not cool. I'm not going to block you. I don't do stuff like that. But, this is not for, I don't think Cassie did it just for a bag, people. This is years that was in the making. I said it the other day. We were talking offline, bro. This is
We
Puff
don't
going against the liquor company, and there's a
we
lot
don't
going
gotta
on.
we don't have to debate it with folks in the comments. They are entitled to how they feel about it, how they interpret it, what they see. I don't know their experiences in their life to, you know, respond to whatever I'm saying. So I'm not about to debate you on this. You want to talk about if we need to trade Julius Randle or not? Let's debate about that. But I ain't about to debate with anybody about putting hands on a woman. I'm not.
Gotta leave that as is. Hey, Xiomara with the 1999 super chat.
Xiomara.
Xiomara,
Appreciate you.
aka
Appreciate you.
Mama.
Appreciate everybody that's in the building today.
Xiomara's mama perspective.
Oh,
Yeah. That's mama perspective out here dropping a dub on us.
big shout out to Moms, man. Appreciate you, Ma. Yeah, you got him dancing, Ma. You know your son.
She said we're doing good work. Listen, you ever want to talk? Oh my God. I'm argumentative because of her. I'm a Mets fan. I'm probably a sports fan because of her.
When I come home, we going to have some traditional Dominican dishes with Moms because I want to sit down and talk to. I want to talk to Mama perspective. I need to holler at her. I need to sit down, have a cup of coffee or something.
My Flea is from Queens, by the way, so he's right around the way. Daniel Artest in the building.
Big DA.
He said I'm late to the show, but I pray y'all ain't talking about Brunson's discount or a Randall trade. We talking about all that, Daniel Artest. Like, what you pray? You praying for the wrong things today, brother.
We gonna get to it.
You better pray for some fun out here. We getting right to it. I did play that earlier. Real quick.
I know I came in here like gangbusters. My fault.
It's okay. Trying to get back to that to the Brunson one. Oh, it's right there. Damn, I took it off too. Okay. So Jalen Brunson, just to get back to that, he's allegedly, reportedly, in for a 4-year, $156 million contract extension. Provided 5 more years of certainty in New York, rather than waiting until next summer for a 5-year, $270 million extension. So he's leaving $114 million on the table, and there's a lot to me to dissect about that, especially when it comes to this guy who we talk about championing him. We talked about it at length yesterday. Dom knows how I feel about just, wow, I get to root for him. I get to root for this guy. Like, it sounds so corny, but nah.
But it's honest. It's honest, bro.
It's beyond honest. It's
honest.
This is tough. You left $100 million on the table just to play here, just to make something work out. Do I suspect that La Cosa Nostra, Leon Rose and them, CAA and them got something up their sleeve? CAA is the second biggest agency out there.
How much did Rick Brunson make in his career? Daddy Brunson. Pull that up real quick. I'm curious, bro. Just curious. Go to hell, baby.
No, that was like mad random.
I just want to know, what did Daddy Brunson make in his complete career?
Right here I'm pulling up. I don't see a total, but
go do Basketball Reference. Pull up Rick Brunson.
They have it on there.
Yeah, go back. I'm gonna show you where it's at right now. Go Basketball Reference. Go get Rick Brunson profile up, and go down to salaries.
That's crazy.
So it'll show you by year. All right. So if you pull down, pause.
I scroll down or
scroll down. Yeah. If you scroll all the way down, keep going. Because all the options are open. So you'll see it as you scroll down. Rick didn't have that long of a career, so it'll come.
Oh, right here.
Here we go. So what is that black number?
5 million. Yeah.
So Brunson's probably already made that in his career.
He made that in November.
Right. So Okay. I was curious to see what how his dad did. His dad did just fine. Better than a lot of us doing out here. So he did just fine.
Mono said 100,000. That's
the nerve of us laughing at millionaires. The nerve.
bro. Let me get $1.
The nerve of us. I just came home from work. You see where I'm coming from? Like the nerve of us.
I'm about to go to work. But that what was your reaction to that? Because I'm obviously elated about it, but I'm also thinking about the master plan behind the guy.
Yeah, first thing that comes to mind, bro, is I never like guys giving pay cuts to organizations. Like I want all these players to make as much money as possible, right? In their profession, average lifespan for an NBA player is like 3.5 years, right? Something like that, 5 years, something around there, right? And so not a lot of these guys get to the 10-year mark where they can get the pension and get the health care for life and all that kind of stuff. So I'm always a proponent of guys making as much money as they can. But on the other side of that, I'm extremely happy that he's going to set a precedent, right? Your best player is going to leave $15 million per on the table, right? He's going to go from potentially making 54 a year to making 39 a year, which it ain't bad, but it allows us flexibility, right? Again, I'm always a proponent of guys making as much as possible. But if that is his decision, if he sees the bigger picture, if he has foresight to say, hey, I want to work with you guys. I want to be here. We've married each other. I want to go forward. But guess what? I don't want to put y'all in the position where y'all are handcuffed when I am in my prime a year or two from now. I am 1, 2, 3 guard in the league. And to get me over the hump, I just need another guy. And now we're in a position where we can't do that because I'm making $55 million a year and it's just not feasible. So right now, we have the draft capital. We have some pieces that I think are movable. I'm not mad at him for making that decision, but I want to be clear. I want guys to get as much money as possible.
I'm not mad at him at all. Of course, we can't be as a fan, and
as
even
a fan. There you go.
As a fan, yeah, but I don't think we're a normal kind of fan either. Like I think Two expresses the fandom way crazier. Like what I feel, he does it for us on screen, but then I have like 20 other things I'm thinking about.
OG is the definition of fanatic. Like yeah. He is the definition, and that's not a slight. That's my brother. So please don't confuse that. But that aspect of him is genuine. It's real. It ain't fake. He is a fanatic when it comes to these Knicks. But go ahead.
Yeah. So we feel that way, but then like the personalities take over. So I got 20 other things I'm thinking about when I read Jalen Brunson has accepted this deal. Like he's taking less money. How you gonna make that money back? Like there's no way he's in New York. Let's start there. I like that. I like how we started there because Gilbert Arenas and these clowns and they're clowning, I should say. I don't want to call them a clown because these guys are making money and they're doing their thing, whatever.
They're
doing their thing, right?
Making the rich richer, but that's another
him and Rashard McCants, who somehow climbing up the ladder as a basketball analyst for me, crazy, and Gilbert is dropping, but they're going back and forth about what a superstar is and what these things that can make you a superstar, and they're basically referring to popularity and selling and being marketable, and that's what they're talking about. That's what a superstar can be for any genre of music or whatever you do in your life, profession. The fact that Eli Manning said, "I'm not going to Indianapolis or wherever, or San Diego, because they drafted not Ryan Leaf,
Phillip Rivers.
I ain't going over there. I ain't going to Pittsburgh either." Oh, okay. You think it's an accident that Archie
said, y'all are not going through what I went through. They was wearing bags on their heads in New Orleans when Archie was the quarterback. He said, hell no. Y'all are not, my boys, y'all not going through that. Hell no.
And shout out to him, because again, before LeVar Ball, he's not as boisterous, Archie Manning, but you talking about a guy who got both of his sons in the league. He was nice himself in the game, but he knew it's a little different when you do it in New York, man. A lot of money over there. Paying, we did this from Indianapolis. All right, we got some cachet now.
But take your ass over to Denver. Denver want you? Go on, get.
Well, that again,
you know
ironically,
like Archie, I know Archie said that's a good move, son. Go ahead.
Ironically, John Elway's the guy who did it first.
Boom.
He turned down, I want to say, Baltimore to go to Denver, which is crazy.
Was Baltimore moving at the time? John Elway is the 83 draft. What draft is John Elway?
Yeah, that's 83 because Marino.
It's
John
Marino, Elway.
It had to be Ken O'Brien from the Jets.
Yeah, that's that.
And Bills. The Bills.
Bruce Smith?
No. Jim Kelly.
Excuse me.
Okay, so John Elway did it first. He turned down whatever the team, and then went
He did do that.
Denver. Elway, same guy, adopts Peyton Manning later on in his career to help him win another championship. Peyton's brother Eli is the one who turned down San Diego and whatever else to go to the New York Giants. That has everything to do with the reason why Jalen Brunson came to New York. Like, let's not forget Mark Cuban, who's very savvy. There's a lot of things Mark Cuban talks about. Listen to him talk. The fact that and what wasn't spoken about, the unspoken thing about filing a tampering charge on the Knicks was like, nah, I lost him. I didn't lose him because I had a chance. Stop playing with me, man. You guys are lying on my name. I didn't have a chance at this. This is what I feel Mark Cuban is saying. And you guys, come on, man. The writing's on the wall.
How much money
out of that?
How much money? How much did we get fined for that? Half a ticket? 500,000? 750?
Knicks, Brunson, tampering file.
Daddy, Godfather, everybody. Yo, we said we're gonna take that half a ticket on the arm. Come here, bring your ass over here. We're gonna take that on the arm.
What is it saying? Why somebody in the comments get to it? NBA gives Knicks slap on the wrist for tampering with second round pick. I'm sorry, guys. I hate when I don't pull it up. We got to make this a little bit easier, StreamYard, sharing the screen, because these guys, they be on Twitch and they go crazy with it. Take away
2025 second round pick.
Right. I thought it was money though.
I thought it was money too.
There's no money because how much did they fine Magic for?
Huh?
Remember they fined Magic?
Remember they fined Magic?
They fined him for tampering.
Oh, with the Lonzo Ball thing?
I think so. Yeah, 50,000.
Oh, okay, yeah. Magic got fined 50,000. Damn, they don't got a number for us.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't see a number on there.
Damn,
there's no number here. Just a draft pick. So and we just lost it. All right, cool. So it was worth a tampering charge. It's worth all of that, right? Hell yeah. So I say all that to say a roundabout way of he came to New York, and me and Flea were talking about this earlier, and we got to talk about it now.
Got a question for the comments. I want to see what our people think. You mentioned something about superstars, and got a question for the people.
You want to write that down before we forget?
Nah, I ain't gonna forget.
The one thing that came to mind was the NBA's, the NBPA, the new contract that they agreed to has players able to invest in individual teams, right? What if Leon Rose and them are setting up a way for these players to participate in investing in the Knicks as well?
But the CBA, the stuff that we was reading today on the CBA, that don't even sound. What you're saying doesn't sound right. You can't invest in a current team you're playing for, can you?
You can invest. The way it works is you can invest in an investment fund, 4% of the company,
right?
4% of the franchise. You don't even have to play for the franchise. It could be your own franchise. Right. It could be any franchise, but it's more like an investment arm. So basically, it's All Ball TV investment fund. We're gonna go and invest in the Knicks. The most we can invest into it is 4%. If you're Jalen Brunson and you're the New York Knicks, aren't you participating in that?
Oh God, here goes Fabian's about to get in his. All right, go ahead, get in your bag. Go ahead, go ahead.
You're not.
Ah,
You have to be.
I mean, I mean, listen, you're trying to set up yourself after basketball. What how do we stay attached? So
After, real quick, the most valuable franchises in the NBA. The Golden State Warriors are 7.7. The Knicks are 6.6. The Lakers are 6.4. The Celtics are 4.7. So right away, we have Golden State Warriors, the most winning franchise in the last 10 years. We'd all agree with that.
Mhm.
The Knicks, we just started winning. The
laughing
Lakers,
stock for a while.
historically winning franchise. The Celtics, historically winning franchise. And it doesn't, if the ways you get to the Clippers, so you become like, how did that happen? And you know why, because
Bomber.
that's part of the reason why, Balmer, and also investing in Kawhi Leonard, and they had a sale out there already. But my point is that we're doing all this and we haven't even won. There's no winning attached to 6.6 billion. There's no winning.
No, you know what's
involved in
attached to it? Those first two words in front of the Knicks.
that. 1,000%. But
New York.
my point is this: 4% of 6.6. I think I did the math earlier, was 260 million. So you have to have a team that comes up with 260 million. If you're Jalen Brunson, you have a contract that you left off 110 million. I'm guaranteed a whole bunch of millions. You think I'm not getting a loan for $100 million from a bank, or a bunch of these guys are going to get another loan for $100 million to invest 4% into the Knicks? The Knicks might be worth double in 5 years. Double. So that 260 will go to $500 million.
So to answer your question, then yes.
This is all I'm saying. And by the way, you ain't hear from nobody. Nobody's talking about this.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about this but Knicks Rehab.
Yeah.
Players are allowed to invest in teams, and there's no way that Jalen Brunson and these guys, not to say he's not a good guy, because that's guaranteed money now. Let's not fickle around this. That's guaranteed cash. Cashola. But I'm not saying he's even selfish for this. It's just a smart way for these players to participate in the NBA, especially when all that politics aside, if you're on one side, you always say LeBron ruined the league. We know what side that is. They hate LeBron James. Regardless of how we feel about him, there's a side that will always hate what he says because it's political with him, right? And they think he represents the downfall, the crybaby, the darkness of the NBA the last 10 years. While there's a Steph Curry there. And now we're on our way with the Ant-Man, 22 years old, John Morant coming back. These guys are smiling on the court, playing ball. And then you got a star like this in New York City? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So look at the thumbnail. New ownership. Yeah. It's not an accident. Flea. Big Flea.
You had an agenda, and I love it. I love when you have an agenda. I love this shit. You got an agenda. I love it. I love it. Damn it.
So obviously we're happy about the deal for many reasons. You did have something in mind. You said superstar. I mentioned superstar.
Yeah, I would just like to be curious. I think me, you, OG have had this superstar conversation ad nauseum this season. So I would just like to see everybody in the chat. Let me know. However long you've been watching the game of basketball, especially the NBA, what's the most superstars the NBA has had at one time? And let's go a 5-year span. Let's go a 5-year span. How the most, and if you give me a number, and if y'all feel like throwing out names, have fun with that. But I'm really specifically looking for a number. For me, I always say there's only maybe 5 to 7 superstars. Maybe. For me, bona fide, 5. Then we maybe can add 2 or 3 more, maybe. But that list is not very long to me as we go year to year. So I'm just curious, for the people at home, for the people that support and love us, I hope I answered the question right. I hope y'all understand what I'm asking. At one time during your viewing of the NBA, how many superstars have been in the league at once? At once, not total, at one point.
Is Ant-Man a superstar?
I think he's budding. I think he's a budding superstar.
Yo, Flea be.
I think he's budding.
I was trying to get him. Wow.
You tried?
Yeah.
You tried?
I threw the.
Yeah.
He didn't bite.
Nah,
Okay.
I'm not biting on that. And y'all know how I love and feel about Ant-Man. Y'all know how I love and feel about him. But
This is interesting. Is LaMelo Ball a superstar?
No.
So how do we equate this thing about superstars? How do we?
It starts on the court first. Starts on the basketball court.
Oh, I see. Now we're on to something. Now we disagree because this top jersey sales to me does not start on the court. Now
Well, I think
now
it's
we're
a
on.
factor. That's a factor.
Now we're on to something.
Yeah, I think that's a factor. I won't argue with you with that. But I think when we start defining superstars, it starts on the basketball court first. You are a superstar. That name doesn't be taken away from you. When it's given to you, it cannot be taken. You can't take away the superstar name from LeBron. You can't take it from Steph. You can't take it from Kevin Durant. You can't take the term superstar away from them. And if you try to, you will be doing a disservice to yourself. You wouldn't be being honest. Now, age and attrition, yeah, I understand that. But I'm talking about in guys' primes, if you go back and forth with that superstar thing, you're not a superstar. Is Damian Lillard a superstar?
I never thought.
And here's another thing. If you're a superstar, we answer quickly. We ain't got to think about this shit. We ain't got to think about it. Luka Doncic is a superstar. We don't got to think about that.
See,
we don't have to think about that.
The other thing for me will always be being great at your craft and also the popularity matching. And that's why I think, like, when we speak on these things, it's, to me, as easy as it's the year 2000, 2001, and anyone ranking Allen Iverson above Tim Duncan on the basketball court is out of their minds.
That's not 2001. Chuck was the MVP. If you're trying to discredit Chuck being the MVP of that season, be quiet. Don't do that. Because Duncan won back-to-back next year. 02, 03, he wins back-to-back MVPs. So
forget the MVPs. I'm telling you part of the reason why he won the MVP and part of the reason why we kind of get this superstar confused with a franchise player.
You about to tell me Allen Iverson is not a superstar?
Oh, he's the epitome of a superstar.
Okay. I'm gonna listen to you, Nostalgic Nick. I'm gonna listen to you, Nostalgic Nick. And Flea, put your damn glasses back on. All right.
No, that's Nick 100.
That's Nick 100. Excuse me. Nick 100. My bad, baby.
Yeah, calm down, Flea. Allen Iverson is the epitome of a superstar, but superstar is what you could have Allen Iverson could be in a movie. We're gonna watch it in a bum movie. So superstardom. The fact that he's going to it doesn't matter what park Allen Iverson's playing in. If you hit it, I heard AI's in what's the gym in Queens?
Los Battalion. Where we at?
No, IS8.
Oh,
IS8.
Yeah.
If AI was an IS,
I just aged myself. My fault.
If Allen Iverson was an IS8 in 1995, it's packed. 1994, it's packed. He's a superstar. These guys going to. If Tim Duncan is there. So you need AI to sell tickets. You need AI to sell advertising. Tim Duncan needs Allen Iverson. Whether he's on his team or not.
Let's come up with a list right now. Real time. A superstar list currently. Before we get there, what do we have in the comments? Did anybody put any numbers in there?
No, they got no numbers, but Booker, Cat, Spider Bridge. Oh, to the Knicks. That's a trade he wants.
Oh wow,
They haven't commented on that yet. I think we have. We're very Knicks heavy over here.
a
More
lot.
guys are spilling into the Los Battalion Queens Boulevard. Uh-oh.
You heard? You know, Al, Big Al.
I think we start here. The fact that Tyrese Maxey sold more jerseys than Joel Embiid is major to me. The fact that LaMelo Ball's on this list. These guys are selling you tickets. And they know this. Agents are sitting down and they're talking about this. Right? You're sitting down at the negotiation table and you're talking about this. Brunson's not top 15, by the way. Right? This was about January. This article is from January this year. Yeah, January 30th of this season, of this year. He's not on here, but Dame Lillard is 10. You have $2 on there. What do we? You don't think we start here with the list and start removing them?
Oh, okay. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. You know me. I'm fine with that. First 5, I'm cool with, to be honest.
That makes sense.
First 5, I'm cool with.
Tatum.
Now I'm cool with, bro.
Now it makes sense why Stephen A. Smith and Draymond try to pump him up, Jason Tatum. Because if this many people bought this many jerseys for Jason Tatum, they wanted to push him as the MVP. Sidebar real quick. It's funny that everyone gave all that love to Jason Tatum for having his number 1 team about MVP votes and didn't mention Ant-Man not once. Great logic, guys. But I digress. First 5 you
not
have
his time yet. 22 years old.
Well, yeah.
22 years old, averaging 25, 5, and 5 on his way to the conference finals. Only other 2 22-year-olds to do that, Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. But anyway, move on.
It's an updated list from April. Well, for jersey sales, Gursey? Is your name Jersey too or Gursey? Because if your name is Jersey, if he has a hard G and his name is Jersey and we're talking about jersey sales, badoom. Sorry.
Gursey sounds better though.
It does. Albert White.
Big Al.
Super sticker.
Big Al. Never the little one.
Big Al knows where Los Battalion is on Queens.
Yeah,
Is it Los or Lost?
Lost Battalion. As soon as I said that, I knew somebody was going to know what I'm talking about. They know.
Thank you for the super chat, Albert White. We appreciate the love.
You.
Outball TV is lit, y'all. I don't even like talking like it's lit. I'm too old.
Let me do it. It's lit.
Flea's under 40 years old. Clearly, he can say that. Look how he said it with under 40-year-old tone like that. It's lit. I can't do that.
Lit, baby. Shit.
I'm too old for that. I got another gray hair trying to pronounce that.
Ooh, they poking out, boys. They on you. They on you. Yo, you better not die that shit. You better not.
I'm not there yet.
Better not.
I might hold on. I might go to Turkey.
Favorite perspective so septic. Big Flea, never the little one. All we live in the building. Knicks Rehab. Crazy. Turkey.
Yeah, it's a list from the jersey sales at the end of the season. Brunson is at 15. Oh, thank you, Gursey. Nah, senior citizen here. But watch out.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Thank you for that. Oh, yeah, April 29th. Oh.
Steph still number 1?
Yes. No joke. LeBron is number 2.
Oh, man. Of course, Steph is number 1 still.
He's no joke out here, man.
Gotta love Chef.
Top 5 is the same except for LeBron and Jason Tatum switch spots.
Like I said, I'm cool with the top 5. And it's crazy how I'm saying I'm cool with the top 5, right? You just asked me, is Anthony Edwards a superstar? I said a budding superstar. I have given no qualms about calling Victor Wembanyama a superstar. Because damn it, he is. I ain't got no problems calling a rookie that's averaged 20 and 10 a first-team All-NBA selection as a rookie. First time done in the history of basketball. History of the NBA, excuse me. All the hype behind him, and everybody thought he was going to be dog shit. This dude had a phenomenal rookie year. Like, phenomenal rookie year. Led the league in blocks, right? Did he do that?
Yeah. Best rookie year since.
Somebody try to tell me blocking shots doesn't mean that you could play defense.
They're right, but that not in this
Jesus
case.
Christ.
Hold on, wait. That's it. That's an accurate statement. Just because you lead the league in steals like Donovan Mitchell doesn't mean you can play defense. Cool. Allen Iverson led the league in steals. Cool. Doesn't mean
That doesn't mean that you cannot play defense, though. And
right.
I that's where I don't want to get it confused. It doesn't make you a all-world defender, but it also doesn't make you somebody who's shabby at playing defense.
Right.
Oh, good move, Siakam. Because Steven Jackson said you don't got moves.
So, I mean, did you want an official list of superstars, or are we going crazy off the rails right now?
I just wanted to see what we thought.
Well,
I think we need OG in here to get us, like, you know, we do our official after this season. Who are NBA superstars today? Once this season culminates, who are the superstars of the NBA?
Is there another topic? How does LaMelo sell more than Jalen? Can we answer that?
Because of his daddy, LeVar Ball. Nah.
It's a part of it.
No, I mean, LaMelo has a bigger name, second pick of the draft. You know, the Ball name is pretty popular. So it has zero to do with basketball. Who was that asked the question? I want to address nobody's name.
Apparently, Isaiah Jackson. He's on the court, and he's on the court commenting with us in the.
right. Now he's still on the bench though. He ain't getting the game yet. But yeah, that has zero to do with LaMelo Ball as a basketball player. I don't think you can find anybody that's going to say LaMelo Ball is playing better basketball right now than Jalen Brunson. So nobody will say that. But all I'm saying is that jersey sale for him more so has to do with popularity than it has anything to do with what he's doing on the court.
For all you guys, I don't know if you guys are old enough. You guys are all young enough. A lot of us are on the same age bracket. Jason Williams, White Chocolate, similar. That's, I think, LaMelo's, what's the word? His ceiling, his basement. Like, that's his worst case scenario is being Jason Williams, flashy point guard, right?
Okay.
Jason Williams.
Okay, his floor is Jason Williams. Okay.
Floor.
Okay, I thought you were saying his ceiling was Jason Williams. I was going to say.
No way. No,
he's going to be better than Jason Williams.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed with him, especially when he keeps his head on straight. He could, but that has nothing. He's a superstar because, like you said, LeVar Ball, big baller brand. LeVar Ball was a superstar. His father in the media for a long time before he got out the game, which, thankfully, because now you make extra way for your sons.
Cup of coffee, man. Cup of coffee. Just a cup of coffee, man.
That's cool.
Cup of coffee.
He realizes.
Nah, he had a cup of coffee and a cheese Danish too. He got a chance to eat a cheese Danish.
Yeah,
the boys got drafted. So not just a cup of coffee. He was around for a second.
Right, and this also explains like why Jalen Brunson still isn't. Because once you win a couple of championships, it's a wrap. It won't be like Tim Duncan. Like once he went, because Tim Duncan jersey still had to be up there too. Like
during that time.
Yeah, when he was winning, when he was.
I mean, I'm sure people bought Tim Duncan jerseys, but Tim Duncan was everything the superstar of who he was on the basketball court, and not the personality and persona that he had off the court.
He was number 11 at a certain point.
See what I'm saying? Not even in the top 10.
Oh, wait, hey, slow down. He was there. It's season by season. How far back is it? Wow, this is a long way to go. Did they have any commercials on here? You guys are ruining my scrolling. What was Tim Duncan at? All the way back to 2005. All right, so let's go to 2005, 2004.
Okay.
He's 11. Steve Francis beat him out. I like franchise.
I'll tell you my Steve Francis story offline.
I can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. 0203.
Y'all want to hear the Steve Francis story? Sign up for our Patreon. It's coming soon.
Woo! Tim Duncan 15 in 2003.
The year he won
so
MVP.
this is
The year he won MVP. Go to the year he won the MVP the first year, 2002.
This is it right here.
0102.
The furthest they go back is this, and they don't have. Oh, here it goes.
Oh, it's Bean.
Yeah, this is. They don't have a list from.
Okay. But Bean was the top jersey sale in 01, 02.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
And they don't have a list for it. And he's number 15 here. But it shows you like it makes sense though. Yeah. Come on, look, top 3 with that was their rookie year, right? Melo and LeBron.
Mm-hmm. Melo.
And look at the Marbury effect, the New York Knicks effect once again.
Steph.
Look, he 0203 ranking. Where's Marbury on here? He's nowhere near on here. Allen Houston number 13.
H2O.
Latrell Sprewell. Look, Sprewell and Allen Houston are on the top 20, top 13.
Latrell.
Marbury is nowhere near to be found.
My son Trow. Sprewell.
The very next season, Marbury gets traded to the Knicks, and he's number 3.
the effect, I'm telling you. But you got to understand something. When we traded for Marbury, I'll never forget being on the back of the bus on the way to a high school game. I think I was a junior in high school. And I'll never forget somebody calling me because they was in the crib. Because mind you, we didn't have, real-time in your hand updates through the day. Somebody had to call me on the little cell phone. I had the Nextel. Matter of fact, they chirped me. They ain't even called me. Broop, broop. Y'all remember the broop? Was y'all there for that? Was y'all around for that? Somebody in the comments let me know if y'all was around for that. The broop, broop. Somebody chirped me. They say, yo, Steph just got traded to the Knicks. We lost our minds. Talk about New York Knicks fans acting a fool. We thought we won a championship when we got Steph. Be honest with yourselves. We were excited when we got Stephon Marbury. You could act like this now, right? Put yourself back there 20 years ago, Fabian.
I think I was.
Yeah.
I was split.
Okay.
I was split because Jason Kidd's my favorite point guard.
Okay. And he torched us that first year Marbury was there in the playoffs. Torched us. Swept us.
But I also knew they got traded for each other. Mm-hmm. Right? And I saw the difference. I'm like, if Jason Kidd had Marbury, this is different. It would just be different. And I just felt like Jason Kidd is clearly better than Marbury. I always felt like, yo, how come they're not letting Marbury play the 2 like AI? I always felt that way. Let him shoot 30 shots.
Well, Marbury was such an elite passer, bro. He was such an elite passer.
It's just like John Morant to me. John Morant is a great. There's a lot of great passes that John Morant can make.
He's a great. Ja can pass that rock. Wow, that's a great comparison, Fabe. Wow.
John Morant's that first step, Steph's athletic ability overlooked, and Steph could finish. He was so strong. Yeah, and you know what else? You know what convinced me that I was right? What convinced me I was right was look at the Miami Heat and the Charlotte Hornets of that time period. It was David Wesley. I think Eddie Jones was there, but there's somebody. Ricky Davis was there on the Hornets, but there's another guard they had. David Wesley.
Barry.
And Miami had Anthony Carter, Tim Hardaway, and somebody else. And I'm playing 2K, so I'm like, yo, these guys, why are they good? Then I started watching them they can't stop them.
At one point, Eddie Jones was in Charlotte. At one point, Eddie Jones was in Miami.
Right, and so was the Ricky Davis was on both teams. He got drafted by the Hornets, right? But what I'm saying is what made I knew for a fact Marbury was miscasted when I saw Bobby Fields on there.
Rest in peace, Bobby Fields. Big dog, Bobby Fields.
Oh, on the Hornets.
Yeah.
I thought he was a 3.
Bobby was a 2-3. Because Bobby, David Wesley and Bobby Fields, they were together for a little bit.
Monster Mash.
That's later. That's as we get that's a little later.
Mash
No,
was on the
shit. Hold on.
Yeah, because that
on.
Hornets team, when he tore his abdomen, that Hornets team was tough.
Hold on. That Hornets team, they were a playoff team. They were a playoff team.
And Monster Mash hurt his abdomen, and that's when it was like, oh damn. I think they played. It wasn't Orlando. I forgot who they lost to.
Miami in the first round. That's D-Wade's. That's D-Wade's rookie year.
The year before.
That's before they went to New Orleans. They were in New Orleans at this time. You talking about when they still in Charlotte?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Baron Davidson played in New Orleans.
He did.
Okay, but I'm talking about they still in Charlotte. Him and David Wesley. I saw Miami with Anthony Carter, Tim Hardaway, and then somebody else. And I'm like, bro, Marbury is all those guys but better. Why isn't he the two guard? Same thing with Baron Davis. Why isn't he the two guard? I always felt that way. So when you compare him to Kid, it was like, how come I feel like Kid? You can compare them, but it's like, damn, Marbury should be like AI, and nobody gave him the reins.
Same thing with franchise. I always thought that they could have swapped that and put the ball in Coutinho's hands and let Steve play off the ball. I don't think Coutinho was as good of a passer though as franchise.
But he was a better decision maker, and he
1,000%.
And he wasn't. I don't know if he could engineer the offense. I think Steve Francis engineered it because he was that talented. Yes. But his decision making was, I'm going to hold on to this ball for as long as possible because I can do what I want to do.
Yeah,
he could do what he wanted to do.
Yeah,
cross you up, step back to let you recover, and then cross you up again. Steve Francis was crazy, but it was too crazy. You needed to
thinking about
calm
that
you
team.
down.
Cat was special, man. Coutinho, him and Coutinho.
I used to like Coutinho. Coutinho was that dude.
Yeah, special.
I like Coutinho. He was like, come on. He was with Shorty. You know what I mean?
I knew you was going to go there. I knew you was going to take
hold on. Wait. Who else had a famous chick on the sideline like that? Out of nowhere. And I'm talking about bold, hit show. Mm-hmm. What's my girl's name? Because she was in the Mannequin. I don't know nothing about the Mannequin. Crazy. Kim Cattrall. What are you doing? I didn't Google nothing. Watch the Mannequin. Mannequin is classic. I forgot the show. What's the movie? Oh, the show. Hold on. The song is damn. I
don't know.
We will do everything together.
Oh shit. Okay.
Stop us now.
Yeah. I got you. You had to sing the reps.
Stop playing with me.
You had to sing the reps.
I had to get into the flow.
Yeah,
Kim Cattrall was on that day. Is it Kim Cattrall? From Sex in the City.
Yes.
On the sidelines.
Yes.
In character.
Yes.
In character.
The blonde.
In character. That's how
Samantha. The freak. The freak
character.
The freak off from Sex in the City. Yeah.
Looking for that cat on the court. Coutinho's a legend on the low.
Big shout out to Coutinho. I hate your hairline right now, but big shout out to Coutinho.
So, yes, Stephon Marbury was miscasted. How did we get to that? Because with the jersey sales, we went to the jersey sales, right?
Love you, Cat.
That's it. We got one more topic in us.
What the people talking about? We got in the comments. What they talking
about? They just talking about Bobby Fields and nobody. I never met anyone with a Yao Ming jersey. That's Isaiah. That's foul. Because Yao Ming was selling billions out there in China. They were hiding that. They were hiding the the stats. I'm gonna chill. We don't have another topic. What we doing out here, Flea? Oh, you wanted to talk about? Hold on. Caitlin Clark. Let's do it.
No, I need gusto for that. I need gusto for that right now. I need gusto. Sorry.
Let's not do it.
Cam took my gusto. He took my gusto. I gave all my energy to Cam today. I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow to talk about Caitlin Clark and how you goofies out there are trying to step on her back when she's doing nothing but elevating the game of women's basketball without even opening her mouth.
I got one for you. I'm gonna give you some gusto. I
I
ain't
know
pausing
you-
nothing no more, by the way.
Yeah.
I ain't pausing nothing no more. I'm mature. I'm 41.
I'm 41. I'm not pausing nothing.
So the Lakers reportedly believe JJ Redick is the new Pat Riley.
For those of you that need a real refresher, Pat Riley, yes, is a former pro, but Riley was a color guy. He was
Hold on.
color guy next to Chick Hearn. A color guy.
League-wide, Redick, a former player and media analyst, has garnered buzz for the position. The Lakers are infatuated with Redick's potential, according to league sources, viewing him as Pat Riley-like coaching prospect who could both help the franchise in the short term and lead it for years. Flea, what's your reaction to that?
I said this a couple weeks ago. Before reports even started coming out. I said JJ Redick is going to be on the sidelines coaching an NBA franchise sooner rather than later. Offline, Fabian didn't laugh me out. He heard me out. We talked about it. He was opposed to it.
I was not. I'm not opposed to the idea of it being an idea, but go ahead.
Thank you for clarity, because you are opposed to him getting a job right now, but you are not opposed to it being an idea. Cool. We got to be clear. Damn it. Okay. Flea, how do I feel about this? For him, he is going to have the privilege of this being his first coaching opportunity. Look what I said for him. He will have the opportunity to be ingratiated into coaching with LeBron James and Anthony Davis on his roster. So he will have some grace. He will have some leeway. He will have 2 or 3 seasons to figure this thing out. Do not think that JJ Redick is going to have the same leash as a Darvin Ham, the same leash as a Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel won a championship. He is going to have a different leash. I don't care which. This is the Lakers, so what? This is JJ Redick. And I know that sounds weird, me saying, but get used to it. Just like we're used to now, after years of coaching, this is Pat Riley, this is Phil Jackson, I'm not saying JJ will be in that class, but the name right now holds a lot of clout and a lot of weight. We don't know what he's going to look like on the sidelines yet. But what we do know is he knows the game of basketball. He wasn't a star. So, with the exception of maybe Larry Bird, I can't think of many stars that make great coaches. Another conversation. So, he fits that mold of being a guy that was able to watch the game from a different vantage point. Amazing job on his podcast. Amazing job calling these games right now. So does he fit the mold? Yes. Do I think this is going to be a little more challenging than what he thinks? Yes. But the buffers are built in. LeBron James is a buffer. Anthony Davis is a buffer. Depending on what they do this summer, I would almost guarantee they don't go into the season with the same roster. They are going to do everything to set this brother up for success his first season. I just think it's it's just timing right now. They're just waiting for the NBA Finals to be over so that they can announce JJ Redick is the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers with a 5-year deal. That's what I think.
Number one, Nick Wright is still a joke. The LeBron standing has to stop. Let me just play this real quick.
A very brief history lesson, which is Pat Riley was an assistant for a full year,
Right.
then was an assistant coach. Magic pushes Westfall out. And at the press conference, Jerry Buss tried to make Jerry West the coach. At the press conference said, Jerry West is our new coach. And at the press conference, Jerry West said, no, I'm not. And he was like, yikes, I maybe should have run it by him.
Right.
He's like, all right, you'll be the offensive assistant.
And Riley
Pat
was an
Riley.
announcer
Right.
before he became the head coach.
Well, he was but he was an
Or the
assistant.
assistant coach, I mean. Before
Correct.
he became
He was
the
an
assistant, he was
announcer with the team, and then he was an assistant coach for a full year, and then he only became the head coach because of the press conference to announce Jerry West. Jerry West said no, and then he had Jerry West alongside him, for that first, had no experience. Point is this.
Whatever. He said, according to this tweet, it is first things first. They're quoting Nick Wright. LeBron has not said a word about this to the team. LeBron stopped being involved in any coaching stuff after Ty Lue. The Lakers want buzz and want to be able to have someone to blame if it doesn't work. Nick Wright on Report LA Lakers is infatuated with JJ Redick's potential. Again, the super stands always piss me off. What are you guys talking about? Nick Wright, how do you know LeBron James hasn't said anything? How do you know? What are you talking about? LeBron has not said a word. LeBron stopped being involved in any coaching stuff after Ty Lue. The Lakers want buzz. The Lakers want buzz and want to be able to have someone to blame. Listen, the Lakers and LeBron are now synonymous with each other. They want buzz and they like to blame other people. That's just what it is when you're that high profile, apparently, in the NBA, right? He has no idea what's going on if that's the case. Because you don't think these guys have a podcast and they're talking about this? Shut up, Nick Wright. You just stink. Also, the Lakers being infatuated with Redick and then saying he's Pat Riley-like, that would mean that somebody that was around the league or the Lakers from back when Pat Riley was there or have interacted with him since is still around and they're commenting on this. Infatuated with JJ Redick looks like Pat Riley. I just see the words infatuated and I think,
when's the last time you heard of a team infatuated with a potential coach who has no coaching experience?
I don't know.
When, Fave?
First of all, hold on before I get to that. Infatuated? That word seems kind of like teenager-ish. No disrespect. It sounds like pre-teenager-ish, right? And there's only one person who's been around them Lakers since they were a teenager and teenager-ish. And by teenager-ish, I ain't really talking about boys. I'm talking about girls.
Jeannie.
It sounds like Jeannie wants that pretty boy to roam them sidelines and be the new Pat Riley. And they're taking a chance on him. Again, what I said before, Flea, don't tell me JJ Redick does not have an agenda. Hell yeah, he has an agenda. He wants to be the biggest superstar version of whatever the hell it is. I don't care what it is, whether it's righteous or not. He has the look.
Well, let me jump in real quick. There was something that Kendrick Perkins said a little earlier yesterday. And I didn't expect RJ to shake his head in agreement, but he did. And Kendrick said, JJ is a great candidate for the position, but he's going to have to drop that pompous Duke attitude and be able to do other things besides the X's and O's. We know that you're a great basketball mind, but can you be a leader of men? I'm paraphrasing. I'm not quoting Perk, but this is the gist of what Perk said. Can you be a leader of men? Can you be the voice that not only LeBron and AD listen to, but Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent, Woods, the other pieces on that team that are not your peers? LeBron James is your peer. You were drafted in 2004 or 4, whatever. LeBron was drafted in 2003. Anthony Davis is a peer because y'all have played in the NBA for an extended amount of time together. Those two guys are peers. Everybody else is not your peer. So how do they look at your voice as a voice of somebody that they're going to listen to lead them? You have a pre-existing relationship with LeBron. How does that affect you walking through the door with younger guys, right? How do you get the ear of Cam Reddish? Yeah, y'all got the Duke thing going on, but how do you get the ear of Cam Reddish for him to trust you that you're not going to yank him because LeBron looked over at you and gave you a look, right? How do you gain the trust of whatever coaching staff you put together? Because the Lakers fired the entire coaching staff, so nobody's coming back. Everybody on the sideline is going to be brand new. So I think Perk was right. I will not take credit for that. Perk is right. How does this guy ingratiate himself with the remainder of the roster and not walk in there with the pompous, I played at Duke, I'm JJ Redick, I'm the smartest dude in the room attitude, and bring it down a notch and say, I am new at this. I need y'all just as much as you need me. And if he takes that approach, I think he's going to be great. If he takes the approach that he's the smartest person in the room and not willing to adapt and learn how to be a head coach, he'll struggle. And that scrutiny, hold on, Faye, real quick. The scrutiny that he faced as a Dookie, as a player in the Clippers, will be nothing like the scrutiny he faces as the head coach of one of the most successful franchise in the NBA. It will be nowhere near the levels that he received at Duke or as a player. Nowhere near.
Please hold on to that thought and remind me in case I forget, because I love that you said that. And let's play the Kendrick Perkins clip.
Oh, you got it. Cool.
Yeah, he tweets out, I don't want to see JJ. I do want to see JJ Redick be the Lakers' next head coach, but under one condition: lose that snobby Duke attitude. Carry the hell on.
JJ Redick, I will say JJ Redick, but let me say this: it is something after this. JJ Redick, I feel like, knows the game of basketball from an X's and O's standpoint, but the one thing that I feel like JJ Redick is going to have to do is lose that snobby Duke attitude, right? Going into that locker room, it's one thing to have a high basketball IQ and know your X's and O's, but it's another thing to make sure you gather the ears of that locker room. And so many coaches, they talk about that transition period. We watch it with Greg Popovich. We're watching it with Rick Carlisle. They had to adjust. And we're talking about championship coaches because this day and age, these guys are a lot different than when I played back in the early 2000s, right, or in the early 90s, right? It's a certain type of level of respect that you got to have and that you got to give in that locker room. Whew.
I wish we would I could find another one where I want to see Richard Jefferson's full response to that or reaction, because they're close. They do a podcast together also. Richard Jefferson and JJ Redick, they're reacting to the playoffs on a nightly basis, if I'm not mistaken.
Some hand clapping emojis in the comments for super producer Fabian as he gathered that as I spoke. Hand claps in the comments for super producer Fabian, because he didn't have that ready, but he got ready quickly. You do this, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Inside the NBA ain't got nothing over here.
Nothing, baby.
Thank you. By the way, I think
Stanford Steve who? Hembo who?
Perk said exactly what I felt about JJ Redick, what I've always felt. I said a long time ago. JJ Redick is Don Draper on Mad Men. He looks like Don Draper of Mad Men, but he's really Pete Campbell. Like, right. Pete Campbell was a jerk, right? And he came off like that. But I do believe that JJ Redick has that Duke. Like, he had a rap song in Duke. He was comfortable reciting it recently. I forgot what, I think on Andrew Schultz's podcast. He is a star. That's why when me and Tu were going back and forth, he had to come back to me. He was like, nah, you're right. He is a star. I was wrong. There's something about star quality that it is what it is. Pat Riley was a star. Somebody saw it. What was the coach before?
That slick back Italian suits that he was wearing on the style. Bro, that was messing folks up. They didn't know how to, like, who is this dude? I think he is.
I mean, Red Auerbach was a star, but he was, you know, it was more organic back then. Even Pat Riley was more of an organic star, and it's LA. Don't think for 2 seconds that the Lakers don't care about how, you know, they care about LeBron. They want to bring him in and everything. But now you got a guy there who it feels like if they have a disagreement, I just can't argue my way or debate if JJ Redick knows the game or not. And to Perkins' point, we know about JJ Redick. Shout out to Coach Kyle. He's in
Big shout out to Coach. Big shout out
in the
to
gym
Coach.
in the gym in Brooklyn. It's in, you know, it's in not downtown Brooklyn. Forgot the area. I want to shout it out. I'm sorry about
Dumbo?
that. I forgot. It's not Dumbo because it's not by the Manhattan Bridge. It's
Park
further
Slope.
around Park Slope.
Yeah.
But JJ Redick goes there with his kids. I don't want to shout that out, but he puts it on Instagram. He coaches his kids.
He's coaching his son's team.
They're 8 years old, 9 years old. Not to say it's the same thing as the AAU circuit, the European guys. It's not the same thing. What he said, I forgot to clip that up. I wanted to bring that back. We're doing that tomorrow. He broke down exactly coach-wise what I said about Jalen Brunson to the T. To the T. I can't wait to get to that. Forgot to send it to you too. But the fact that he can do that, he said, I'm sitting there watching the game and I broke down with the Knicks. Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? Like, there's no way possible he's not telling LeBron and these guys from the coaching aspect what to do. He's not gonna have a problem clapping back. I don't believe so. I don't think that all that pomp and stuff, it goes out the window when you become competitive. He's on the court being competitive, and I think he's one of these guys that he couldn't do what he wanted to do. He just couldn't. But the way he talks about how he practices is amazing. It's amazing. It's just one of those players that probably have a high IQ, clearly has a high IQ, but he just couldn't do it. What are you gonna do, Jay? You're gonna cross me over? I dare you. No. Pump fake, give it back. That's what you do. But he knows he could have done something else, and now he has the premier. He's in premier position to be the new Steve Kerr, Pat Riley, because we overlook Pat Riley all the time. Steve Kerr really was the new Pat Riley somewhat. You took Pat Riley's blueprint. Pat Riley, by the way, always needs to be shouted out. When he sees Joe the Destroyer Hammond, every time he sees him, the street ball legend, he comes down and shakes that man's hand wherever he's at. He took Joe Hammond's spot on the Lakers as a backup. He beat him out, but he knew Joe Hammond was better than him. He just knew he was struggling with something. Pat Riley is that kind of guy. LeBron, get out of here. I don't care. That's the part, Flea, that I want to see from JJ Redick. Yo, LeBron, get the hell out of here. Do you got that Ty Lue in you? Do you got that Pat Riley in you? And not kick him out of town, but you might have to
tell him we're not doing this.
Yeah, there's only one boss. There's only one boss.
Big Flea, my dad will always tell people, Phil is great, Red, great, Pop, great. The best coach in NBA history is Pat Riley. Argue with your mama. My dad will tell people that it don't matter. He will, to his grave, he will tell you Pat Riley is the best head coach of all time.
That's tough. I think he might be the logo for a coach.
Listen. Riley, we got an opportunity to see Riley do it with so many different assemblance of players and styles, right? Like Riley went from Showtime Lakers to physical Knicks. We didn't get up and down like them. Obviously, we didn't have the personnel, but that just goes to who he is as a coach. From there to Miami, similar style, the way the Knicks played. They were a mirror image. That Miami team of the late 90s was a mirror image of the mid to late 90s Knicks. So you saw, okay, that style. And then he comes back down in 06 and coaches that team to a championship. Another completely different style of team. Right? So that was his big point, that Riley had you could see him do so many different things with so many different type of teams. Phil nothing against him. This is not like an indictment on him. But having Mike and Scotty for that first portion of his career, great coach, but again, a buffer. And then Shaq and Kobe, another buffer. Great coach. There's nothing against him. I'm just saying he's always had the best players. Riley, you can argue at points, didn't have the best players, but his coaching always shined. No matter what team he had. Dragged that Knicks team to the finals in the first 2 years he was there.
I think
Took that Miami Heat team to the Eastern Conference Finals. You happen to run into Mike, right? You squeeze the juice out of all the teams you've ever coached. So I'm paraphrasing again, but that's why my pops has him as, the best coach.
That's tough because he's also a part of, I don't want to say building, but he did build the Miami Heat. He's incentivized to build them
from the ground up. By the time he got there, they only had been in existence for maybe 8 years. Maybe. Miami was an 88 expansion team or 88 or 89.
Oh, right. He left in 96. Wow.
Right. So, he sent us that fax, told us he was leaving, and went to Miami in 96. So,
but I even that announcement is Laker like. Even that rumor is Laker like. Now, is there any way possible you're going with anybody but JJ Redick? I cannot see that.
Listen, if I'm anybody, I'm gonna be honest. First time head coach, I don't really want that job. If I'm Sam Cassell,
he said that.
If I'm Sam,
he said
Cassell,
that Flea. He said that like 2 years ago. He's like, that's the worst job in basketball,
bro. If I'm Sam Cassell, I don't want that job. If I'm, what other guys' names are getting thrown out there? If I'm James Borrego, I don't want that job. Specifically, Sam. Sam, first time head coach, first time black head coach. That's a tough spot to be in, man. Tough spot. And I love Sam. I would much rather Sam get the Washington Wizards job. And I know I always complain about first-time black head coaches getting bad jobs, but the Laker job is that's
it's shiny
Darvin
shit.
Ham. Let me say something to y'all.
Hold on, is that shiny shit? I'm sorry.
Come on, Faye. Darvin Ham might not get a head coaching job ever again in the NBA. He might have to do what I always say Mike Brown did. Mike Brown had to sit for a decade before he got another chance at being a head coach. That's how damaging it was in LA for him. That's a tough job.
Hold on. It is. I don't think Sam Cassell fits it either. He would have to. I think of him as a gritty, grinding kind of coach. He doesn't have the look to me. Like there's no tailor-made suits. It's not LA. It's not what they want. They want to feel like Phil Jackson didn't look like one either. He looked kind of, he just set himself up, but he was more of a hippie anyway. And then Shaq and Kobe, they all brought the drama. It was a lot of drama with them. And JJ Redick brings drama. He brings attention. He's a star. I love it. I love it
LA.
because
They love the stars, bro. It's LA.
Right. But also the reason why I love it, a part of me also secretly feels like, not secretly, but just we all believe in him as this. All right, well, you talking a good game. You convinced the hell out of me already, bro. I don't need to hear anymore about whether you know basketball or not on the highest level. I don't need the LeBron cheerleading pump. I don't like that. Is over with.
That's unnecessary. It's not, and that's why I think it is organic. That's why I think
you think LeBron has nothing to do with the coaching, bridging the gap between
the Mind the Game podcast. You know, I'm not a big conspiracy theory guy. I don't subscribe to that shit. So I just look. I'm a big guy on looking at things for face value, and I think JJ Redick enjoys doing media. I think he enjoys doing media. But what I do think is that he is too serious to do media. He knows it too much to where it's like, let me put this to good use. I'm talking to y'all. It's fun. I do media, talk to y'all. I've put myself in a position to call an NBA finals and didn't even have to put in too much work. Right? Like a lot of things are being handed to him. So
oh my God, I disagree. Yo, Flea, let's not forget, we look at Pat McAfee, right? Pat McAfee was on ESPN. He also was on Barstool before he became on YouTube. He farmed all those algorithms. Hey, guess what? You know who did similar? JJ Redick. He was on The Ringer. He was on
the Ringer.
Bill Simmons' podcast initially.
Before he even had video.
And then he's on ESPN, farm both of their audiences, and it helped make this million subscriber guy, which is cool. I don't have anything against that at all whatsoever. It is what it is. But I don't believe that he's just on there not thinking that he's not a star. He knows what he is, man. That guy knows what he is. Who's his agent? If I look up his agent and it's Endeavor, CAA, one of these guys, Flea, is that a checkmate or no? Do you think otherwise or no? You not gonna answer the question?
No, I was just looking at Boston be frauds right now. They're so fraudulent. Man, I wish we could have got there. They are so fraudulent. They're not real. They're not. They lack toughness. If you bully these dudes, they're going to start whining, being soft. Tatum's soft. I ain't said that out loud all year long. Shit.
Wait. What?
Niggas, man.
What? He's what?
Soft. SOFT. Sick of this dude, man. Should be the best player in the league. Go kill them. They have nobody that can guard you. They have nobody on the Indiana Pacers that could stand a chance against Jason Tatum. And he's got Naismith in his ear right now, punking him. I'm so, man.
I believe, going back to what you said, I was looking up the stats. The Pacers were maybe middle of the pack since the All-Star game. Defensive rating, but their net rating was number 3 overall. So they were scoring their offensive rating was 120, their defensive rating was 114. That's a net rating. If we can score this much, you still got to have gas to keep up with us. This is game 1. I'm not surprised if Indiana wins at that pace. Boston ain't playing a minute. They're soft. I don't think they have a killer instinct. Nobody on that team has a killer instinct to me.
No killer instinct whatsoever.
And Drew Holiday, he always is off and on offensively, but defensively, he's not going to be enough. And where was this? Like that, the Timberwolves team this year is the best defense we've seen in some time. But that Celtics team before Robert Williams went down 2 years ago, to me, was
when they had when Ime was still there. Ime was bro. They had
and Ime was there. What they did to Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving,
suffocate. They were suffocating people to end the season. Forget that series; they swept them. But to end that season from January on, after Marcus Smart went on that press conference and called out Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. The rest of the season on, all the way up until that finals against Golden State. Bro, they were suffocating people. Choking the life out of people on defense. That was a masterclass on how to play defense as a team with that team.
I thought Robert Williams would have made up a lot for whatever deficiencies, like the lack of, and I don't know. They still don't have a dog. Marcus Smart is kind of their dog, but this year they're gonna get exposed by either Dallas or Minnesota because they both have dogs. Dallas got Luka. He's a bit of a front runner too, but Kyrie's a dog.
Dog.
PJ, dog.
Dog.
That
Gaff.
rookie kid.
Gaff, dog. Lively, dog. All of them niggas, they play with so much energy.
And they're not playing around. Minnesota has way too many interchangeable pieces. That's Cat, Nas, McDaniels, Alexander, and there's somebody else I'm missing that they rotate, man. And when slow-mo and Gobert, even if it's 10, 15 minutes with 6 fouls, I don't care how many minutes he plays. That's a piece. That's a piece.
Listen.
That's a piece. Listen.
You didn't ask me who's winning the whole thing yet. We ain't talk about that yet. So don't do it. Don't do it. Because I ain't gonna tell you now. I'm not gonna tell you now. I'm not. So don't ask me.
Right.
Don't ask me.
Okay, I will not. By the way, before we get off, there's certain comments we gotta read because they're hilarious, and certain other ones that we have to read because they're All Ball TV family, which you can join. You can subscribe, but you can also join the membership on the desktop version of YouTube with the All Ball TV family.
I need a screenshot of this. I need to screenshot this. Hold on.
Yes, I'm shamelessly plugging our membership. Thrillium Guns, quote of the year. If you a native New Yorker and you root for another city, shame on you and your daddy. That's the quote of the year from Flea.
Thrillium, we love you, big dog. Shame on they daddies, man. This is crazy.
There's something else somebody said I wanted to get to. Oh, I've gotten over the loss. What's going on, man? I hope all is well. What's going on, baby? There's somebody else that said they were just in here saying they didn't get over the loss. Don't worry, we're going to be smoking a pot. No. So somebody came in here and said that they weren't over the loss. They had these emojis, and I'm like, why you sad? Oh, here we go. Salute, people. This loss still hurts.
I ain't mad at you, man. I understand. Trust me, I understand. Mom! Yeah! Let's go!
Mama Flea?
Let's go!
She put the whole government, yo, Mama Flea, we need an alias. Put Mama Flea on there on YouTube.
I love it. Let's go, Ma. Let's go. She told me she was locking in today. I love it. Appreciate you, Ma. I love you so much.
It's hard watching this Pacers Celtics series. Is it? I don't know.
It is because it's a goodie right now. Pacers tied the game. Halliburton just hit a 3, tied the game at halftime, and the Pacers are speeding them up, just like they did us. Only thing for them is they could get in the shootout with the Pacers. They've got the offensive firepower to get into a shootout with them. Do you want to get in the shootout with them? That's the question. So I don't know.
They don't want to. They don't want to. And they have sneaky good defenders now.
This is the first time Moms is viewing on YouTube, y'all. I just want to tell y'all this is the first time in the building. So we appreciate you. Love you so much.
Oh, man. I stumbled upon y'all by accident a couple weeks back, and I rock with y'all every morning on my way back to work. Wow. Salute from Perth Amboy. Oh, Perth Amboy. New York.
By way of Bushwick. From the Wick. All right?
Bushwick is
Brilliant.
tough.
We appreciate you, man.
There's a bunch of wild Puerto Ricans in Bushwick back in the day. And right now, there's a bunch of wild Dominicans that you got to stay away from in Bushwick.
He would know. You know he would know.
I don't know. I heard, and I just stay away. I'm 41. I want no problems.
Take us home.
Very perspective. All we live.
Big Flea, never the little one, y'all. We appreciate y'all so much.
All Ball TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.